So I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I need to understand this because so the time weighted average market maker, it's
Yes.
for people who it's probably like a whale who wants to make a huge order that would typically move the price a lot. So what they want to do is they kind of want to chunk their purchases
Yep.
out or sales or whatever out in a way that it moves the price less, which makes the trade more profitable for them. So one question is like for these hooks, is it that the person who wants to do this time weighted, average, transaction, are they saying, okay, for this liquidity pool, as I do my transaction, I'm choosing this hook? Or is it that there are certain liquidity pools where they say, we have this hook. So every time you use our pool, it will always time weight average your transaction.
And so liquidity providers choose to deposit liquidity to pools with specific hooks on them because they think that those hooks will like be, are where they should provide liquidity for various reasons. TWAM orders are orders that people would make externally when people would submit TWAM orders to pools that support TWAM, that have a TWAM hook because they want that feature and functionality. Liquidity providers would provide liquidity to this pool because they actually get fees from TWAM orders that execute through it.
Yeah, but then one other question. So, because you said like a liquidity provider can have multiple hooks on their liquidity pool. So, is it that I might use the same pool, but I'm not doing a TWAM transaction, but I'm using a different hook that is also available on that liquidity pool? So, meaning like, because I guess what I'm trying to
Yeah.
ask is everybody who's making a TWAM ordered like all doing it on the same pool, or is it that multiple different types of transactions are all happening on the same liquidity pool depending on how many different hooks they have?
TWAMs are like adding new order types to existing liquidity pools. So every single pool is Uniswap v3. Like every single pool has like the built-in logic and functionality of Uniswap v3. I can provide liquidity. Other people can swap through it. You can create hooks that like check if you're providing liquidity in some way and prevent you from doing it. And so like you can add restrictions through hooks. But generally speaking, if you imagine a pool and then someone adds a TWAM hook and an Oracle hook, like it's still Uniswap v3. You can still provide liquidity and swap like normal. But you would have this option of submitting a different transaction type to that same pool, which would be additional, fees earned by liquidity providers on that pool. So like I can make a regular swap on this pool. I can also do a TWAM order on this pool. Liquidity providers provide liquidity to this pool because they earn fees on both swaps and on TWAM orders.
Okay, so basically hooks are optional for users.
Yeah, hooks are optional for users in a sense. You can have hooks that like constrain the logic of a pool.